Dun, dun, Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Dean, and we're back. A little midweek spin through the world of stupidity. Some good stuff, some bad stuff. We're a little spicy today, so it should be fun. Welcome to the program, everybody who's here. Yet again, Lachlan Cross from 95.7 Cruise FM in Edmonton, at Lachlan Cross on Twitter is where you can find him.
Pittish
Ryan,
today.
wow. Jesus Christ, you're greasy today. Holy moly. That is Ryan Lindley, Sheeple Shepherd Podcast, at Ryan Lindley on Twitter. He's our resident brainiac. And, of course, Bonzi, who's going to play apparently a little squash after this is done, judging by the sweet glasses.
Yeah, well, I went to grab my normal ones, and a lens popped out, and I couldn't find it, so I had my backup.
Elton John, it is
what we get. Yeah.
Oh, it's good. You look, man, you look ridiculous again.
Paul! Thank you.
Actually,
that's what I go for.
I like those glasses better than I like the old Sally Jesse Raphael dark red, light blue statements that you were making in your van a while ago. But
I was looking for the blue ones just now. I couldn't find them, so white it is.
A shame.
Yeah.
Are they white or are they clear? Those are clear.
Clear.
They're not white.
Clear, I guess. Yeah.
We didn't change the text for some reason.
What text?
We're apparently on with Alex again from the Ukraine.
No, I can see it here. It's supposed to check. It didn't come through. Well, that happens. I could give two fucks today because it's
just
Wednesday.
one of those days,
This
right?
is
Like
Tuesday.
is it Tuesday?
No, it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
now.
Brian, do not do that to me.
Yeah, you fucked us both up. You almost
Happy
gave both of us
International
a
Women's
seizure.
Day.
I'm at that age too where it's like, hey, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. And they're like, no, it's Friday. I'm like, Jesus, I thought it was Tuesday. I thought it was Wednesday. Like, there's
I
days
never
that I
know
am
what
so
day it
far
is.
off days of the week. And I don't know if it's a pandemic, but like I've been on a weekend getting ready to go and do something. And I'm like, oh my God, it's not Wednesday. And I'm like, no, it's like 5 days after Wednesday. It's like Sunday. What are you doing, Dean? Get your fucking shit together. And for some reason, that's just who I am.
do that on my show.
Yeah.
Like I'll call out the wrong day. And
Which
Grant
is weird
will go,
because
"Hold on,
it's what you're paid to do.
Yeah,
every
you're
day.
only a Monday to Friday guy.
I know. I don't know what it is. And
You're
think
you're
it is
60-some years old.
it's
so.
the I'm not 60.
62.
I'm still firing pretty good too, right? Like
For 64,
the old,
you look great.
The brain
How's the
cells.
piss stream at 60? Is it good? Your piss stream all right?
My unit's good. I usually get up once a night, but I drink, right?
Yeah.
So the drinking is usually no matter how much you dance, you're gonna have to get rid of a beer or two at about midnight. So I usually stroll, and I sleep buck ass naked too. So that's a real pretty sight.
Deb is such a lucky lady.
And my wife's a night owl
into the
too,
bathroom.
right? So I like get up and then like bust to the ensuite shitter and
Do you give it a little swing for her sometimes? As you're
Like a
going
helicopter?
to the bathroom, buck ass naked. Yeah. just
every
give it a
once in
little
a while
twirl.
I'll walk by her naked and she'll give me a
Yeah.
little old slap on the hiney, but I'm
That's
not
right.
I'm not the swing it in her face guy.
That's nice.
Well, it wasn't really. I
polite.
didn't really mean right in her face.
Well, we have a king size bed in a room that isn't made for a king size bed. So it's all bed. So you're just basically walking. So if I swing my dick at her, it's right in her face.
Don't do it then.
fair
I'm
enough.
not. I never thought to until today. Until old
Shocked that
skeet
Bonzi
shooter
was the one to ask that
told me to
question.
Blame me for
Was
this.
anybody shocked?
Yeah, it looks like you go to a firing range or skeet shooting later, Bonds, and those sweet glasses. He's got a full day planned. Those glasses, he's going to put them to work. He's going to do some skeet shooting, racquetball, and light woodworking with a circular saw.
I'm going to put a YouTube video, how to.
Hey, that's
Anyway,
where the
glad
do-re-mi's
everybody's
at.
here. Glad everybody's here. Bonzi's
thanks
live
for
in
having me.
Nicaragua. We'll get to some of his shit a little
His
later on.
adventures. Yeah.
Linz is. Oh, there he is. He's
you
gone
later.
already. Isn't that nice? There he is. I got to bring him back in. Hey,
We
Bonzi,
lost
Riley.
old Skeet.
Hey, Skeeter. If you had the skullet with those glasses, we'd for sure follow you to the firing range. For sure. Anyway,
You'd
we
have
got
be
lots to
wearing-
get to.
I'd wear if you had the skullet and those glasses, you'd have to wear camel all the
Yeah.
time. Just live in it.
Yeah, I would do that too.
Well, we know.
Maybe I'll
We
grow
know.
it back.
Yeah, don't. You just look like an idiot, but I love
Speaking
you.
of
so don't do
camel,
it.
have you guys seen some of these videos that are circulating from the Ukraine where they're like, it's hardcore shit. Like it's Ukraine's filming the dead Russians.
Yeah.
You guys watch some of that?
Yeah, I put that in the chat, our little DM thing that we've got going today.
Too much. I can't show that on this
yeah.
fucking
No,
podcast.
no,
It's so
no.
gross.
For
Did you
us
see
to
the
look
video of the one Russian soldier whose ass
drunk?
was like blown out?
Yeah.
Did you see that one? Holy shit.
Yeah.
And the guy in the liquor store, the Russian
Drunk
in
on the
the
floor.
broke in the liquor store.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, just some heavy duty shit, man. Like
Yeah,
crazy.
it's wild. And just saw that they bombed a hospital, like a maternity ward in a children's hospital in Mariupol.
Yeah,
well,
good
not
luck
only
for it.
that was supposed to be the ceasefire too.
Yeah.
So they broke the fourth one, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know this. Russia lies.
No.
Like all the fucking time.
Shocking.
Like everything that they say.
They broke a
Everything they tell
ceasefire.
you is a lie. Everything they do is a lie. It's just lie after lie after lie because the goal is let's flood the zone with as much bullshit, make everybody give up, and then we can kind of be free to do whatever we want. That's what they do. It's like a Hail Mary. Put as many fucking legitimate losers in the end zone as you can. Throw the ball. Everybody's going to – and while the ball's in the air, let's punch a bunch of people. Let's bomb some hospitals. Let's kill some kids. It's what they do.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, the interesting thing about I was listening to the Spies Like Us podcast. I went back and I listened to all of them because I was only sort of handpicking them.
Oh, with
That's
Mubin.
and his
Yeah.
buddy Brandon from the CIA. They've got a
Mhm.
great podcast.
Mhm.
And it's fascinating listening to them because both of them were spies basically,
Mhm.
and they both came from very different. Mobeen, obviously, I mean, we know his story, but they were talking about Russia and the misinformation. It's all about destabilization.
Mhm.
Spit it out, Locke. And they're doing it to the United States. They're doing it to countries all around the world, and all it is it's just trying to create chaos in the country for the sole purpose of pissing off people so that they might act up and maybe hop in a truck and drive to fucking the capital city. It's all it is. And
Yeah,
they
it's
don't.
destabilizing NATO nations.
They just look at fucking with the West. They spend all their time and energy doing it, and they did it to the Ukraine. They did it to Georgia before they invaded Georgia. Back
Chechnya.
in
Yeah.
Chechnya, they did. It's all the same stuff.
Dude, that's what the convoy was. Like, we go back to that all the
Yes.
time. The convoy was exactly that. It was like objects in the mirror appear larger than they are because Russia is telling everybody this is real. And on top of it, they're adding legitimately part of their army to the misinformation squad. Like the Russian FSB has legitimate army guys that are just fucking loser computer nerds that show up with their card pass, go into the Internet Research Agency in St. Petersburg, swipe the card, go in, and they literally get paid every day to act like everything that losers, lunatics, fascist assholes, religious cocks, all those fucks that want to make the world a worse place, to take that and promote it, amplify it, and boost it so it legitimately looks like reality, and it ain't, right? Like, we all know that.
And
And
they
dump
know
it on
they
our
not.
know-
and
they
dump
know
it
that
on
these-
our social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they know that
act
the
like they're
algorithms-
us. They act like they're us.
They know that the algorithms promote shit that causes unrest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything that gets a reaction, a negative reaction, goes right to the top.
Yep.
And social media companies know that too. That's why they set their fucking algorithms up like that, because all they want is you to spend more time on your damn computer. That's it, on their platforms. So anything that causes a stir, gets people fighting, gets people arguing at all, right at the top. Anything that causes any kind of misery.
It's called outrage bait.
And,
Yeah.
and it keeps them there, but for the sole reason why? So that they can show you an ad for Amazon next.
Yeah.
Right below the post that you're arguing 45 minutes on, but at least you got to see the Amazon ad. It literally is all it's for. Is to
That's all
appeal
it is.
to advertisers, to show them screen time and say, this is the average time that a male 25 to 45 spends on our site. Would you like to advertise with us? And they're like, oh, fuck, that's a lot of time. Absolutely. You're perfect for what I want to do. So it's
You get that,
pretty
Bones?
disgusting.
You get that stuff like when you because I don't know if like you and I we haven't even been on a show since we've kind of talked about and uncovered what the Russian effort is all about and what the Flu Trucks clan was and the fake trucker convoy here in Canada. It was legitimately a load. It was just all a lie. It was a whole bunch of Russian agents trying to make it look like there was real discomfort and fascists were coming and the world was like making normal people question what was going on in Canada, right? Like we talked to you prior to that happening. Everybody was like, what's going on with Canada? Maybe we got to get rid of Trudeau. It was literally fake.
Well, I still think we need to do that. I don't think that has anything to do with the Russians. Get rid of that.
No, but it was like a fake reality. It's like if you get enough people telling you the sky is falling, everybody will duck. That's exactly what happened. Did you get that when you were kind of watching what was going on with the convoy bonds? Or did you think that that was real and we had a real serious fascist problem in this country?
Oh, no, I totally thought originally, like, there's no, those guys are idiots. And the fact that they're still there during the war, what's going on in Ukraine and Russia, I wouldn't have the fucking balls to show up and participate in that nonsense. They ought to be absolutely ashamed of themselves. Like, I don't know how they can go on living their lives and going to sleep at night, knowing what's going on. And why don't they get the fuck over to Ukraine and see how it's going over there and see how their freedom's going to last? You know, It ain't so bad in Canada.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like you didn't want to get vaccinated. I know you're not one of those guys. You are vaccinated. You are very cool about wearing masks. We're going to get to masking in a second because we're not going to be doing that for much longer, apparently, which is fucking great. But it's those people, right? And but you have the ability to step back and go, what the fuck are you guys doing? Canada's an awesome country. Canada is not run by a dictator. And you know, the fucking amazing part is how many legitimate news outlets after Russia put that effort in, every fucking 8,000 degenerates from across this country, because that's really legitimately what we're talking about here. We don't have like a group of assholes. This isn't hundreds of thousands or millions of assholes. It was 8,000 legitimately, completely fucking stupid, racist, white supremacist, hillbilly fucks that showed up in Ottawa because they thought 1.7 million people were coming because that's what Marshall made it look like, right? They made it look like you were truckers, made it look like this was going to be a big fucking movement, and it wasn't. But it's amazing the fear that it caused around the world. It was front page news in Russia, of course, calling him a dictator.
Australia.
In countries, Australia, New Zealand, the United States, every night for 3 fucking weeks. Tucker Carlson, that dumb fuck, and Hannity, and anybody associated with those fucking networks like Laura Ingraham, who, by the way, I wouldn't want to talk to her while I was doing it. I'd like her to leave right away, but I would. I would. I know you wouldn't, Linz, but I don't have the same filter as you would. Anyway, back to that. That's what this causes. That's the whole fucking, that's the show.
Discourse,
and you watch
unrest.
The fucking show. Yes.
That's all it is.
Because the only thing those outlets care about is feeding and supporting the ideology that everybody is involved with loves, right? Which is Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior.
It can't be. And it wasn't all religion, Dean. No. It wasn't all religion, but it did end up getting that kind of support. I find it interesting, and it's worth saying out loud that it worked on some people.
Oh yeah,
like this is working on some people. This QAnon stuff, even if they don't even know it. Like I said,
let me ask you a question. Were you scared? Were you scared? Were you concerned?
No, I wasn't. I was never concerned about the trucker convoy.
Linz,
not once.
Were you concerned?
No, I was more
concerned
annoyed.
about the culture of this country, though. Were you concerned about the culture of this country?
I am. I'm still concerned.
You know what? I can tell you, you don't have to be, because that is exactly what they're trying to tell us. That's exactly the goal. Like,
you know why I'm mad
it worked
now?
on you, dude.
You know why I'm mad now? When I drive up behind a truck and he's got 18 flags on his car and a "fuck Trudeau" sign on his thing. He's ruining the Canadian flag for me. And then, you
shouldn't let him know.
Tamara Litch is, out on bail, and they're out in front of the fucking courthouse singing "Oh Canada." I just incenses me to no end that people are using some sort of, are masking this with some sort of patriotic symbolism, and it drives me fucking bad
Dude,
shit.
it's the same as down
Crazy.
here. There's so many Canadian families. Now, there's a lot that are cool, and they're down here for different reasons. But there's a bunch of these fucks down here that are down here. Just all they do is whine and bitch about Canada and Trudeau. And I'm never going back until Trudeau's out and stuff. I see these guys fucking driving around, and their kids are in their car. They're sitting in the back of the pickup truck. They're absolutely miserable. You should see the looks on these poor kids' faces. Brought down here without being asked, hey, you want to go and live in
All their
Nicaragua?
friends here.
Now they're down here. You can just see the fucking misery on their face. Every single day I see this, and I have to listen to these losers. Now, I don't spend too much time with these people, and now they kind of keep to themselves, but listening to it, it just incenses me. Like,
What
I
do
have
they
to bite
say
my tongue.
when they're shitting on Canada after leaving Canada because they think masks are tyranny? What do they say when you say they're fucking
They're right.
losers?
Exactly what this whole thing's about. Their rights are gone. Their freedoms are gone. They can't put their kids in sports. They can't go to the movies. Can't go to concerts. You know, they're sick and tired of working from home. The list went
Sick and
on
tired.
and on and on.
Like they had jobs. Come on. It's so. What makes me mad? And let me guess, they say they're proud Canadians, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yep, they still got their Canadian pins or their their flags
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
Or they're
Dean
still
and-
waving.
Dean and I had this conversation.
Stab 'em.
And they claim to be refugees. Like there
Yeah.
was an actual chartered plane of Canadians that were refugees, called themselves refugees, and came down here
Imagine-
together
imagine-
as such.
Imagine,
And we're-
imagine having the opportunity to charter a plane and still calling yourself a refugee.
Well, that's just it. It
You
did
should
not
show
go
them a
over
picture
well
of
here
that
at all.
that hospital with a bunch of kids and that got blown up by Russia today in the Ukraine.
Yeah.
Show them a
Dean and I-
picture. They're-
what I was
these-
sorry,
yeah.
what I was saying was Dean and I had a conversation a couple of weeks ago about that the term proud Canadian. I'm a proud Canadian. It's like, why are you proud? What are you proud of? What did you do to make this country so good? You could, like I said, you can be proud of a pie that you baked. You could be proud of a painting that you painted. What did you do to make Canada so good other than fucking trash it on Facebook and on Twitter and to anybody that will fucking listen to you? What did you do to make, why are you so proud of this little thing that you're a part of? Nobody ever has an answer for that. I'm not a proud Canadian. I'm not a proud Canadian at all. I'm a very grateful Canadian. I'm a very grateful human being to be able to live in a democracy like Canada.
Yeah.
But I have nothing to be proud of in the development of this other than I can do my best to be a good guy, to try and help my fellow neighbor, to make sure that I'm looking out for my friends and my family. And
Talking
and
about
my
the greater
community.
good? You talking about
Kind-
the greater good? Oh, good for
Kind
you.
of.
Yeah.
And that I'm proud of that work that I do to be that, but I'm not a defaulted proud Canadian because I came out of somebody's vagina here 41 years ago on the soil that we call Canada. That's not, you don't get
You were
to do
born in the dirt.
that. Yeah, of course.
That's a good way of putting it, right? Like we're very lucky, and I say
Grateful.
that all the
Yeah.
time. And
That's a wonderful
gratitude
point.
is probably a better way of putting it than I'm proud. I think it's lost on us, and I think we take our, and we all to a certain extent take this privilege of being Canadian for granted, and again we're
Well,
we're
we've never
seeing
struggled.
it. Yeah,
That's
we've
it.
never
You know,
struggled.
the douchebags that you saw in the hot tub, they never struggled. You know, they're just outcasts and they hate the fact they're outcasts, but everything that they did put them in that position to be outcasts because
And
they
you know
don't
what?
want to participate in society, so they can go fuck themselves.
Lots of people lost their jobs.
Yeah,
But if
Yeah.
you want
Lots-
to work, you
tons.
can get out there and work.
Millions
And you
of
know what?
jobs.
When people did lose their jobs, there was money for them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right.
Yep.
There was
$2,000 a
support.
month.
There was support in this country for those people. And maybe
Businesses. There was support
maybe
for
you
your
can't
business.
buy a new quad this year, but fuck, you
Yeah.
still can live in this country. You can
You can
still
still
get a-
afford the main ingredients for meth.
Well, and you know what? The funny thing is, I know a lot of people that lost jobs during COVID.
Yeah.
And they
Same.
got jobs. They got jobs, different jobs. And
Me.
Mhm.
they flipped in, they're back. And I mean, I had to start from scratch when I got shit canned from radio. I was doing a weekend show for Christ's sakes and
Well,
selling
you
ads.
did what needed to be done, right?
That's
like
just it.
these people are not only like the entitlement and Ryan, wonderful statement about how grateful you are to live in this country, because that's the key. That's the ticket, right? Proud, maybe. Not
I'm prou-
really.
I'm-
I'm
I'm
proud of
I'm
Canada's
proud
history.
of the work that I try to do. I'm proud of
Right.
the effort that I put in to be a good
Right.
person. I'm proud of that. But I'm not by default proud because
Right.
I live here. That's bullshit.
Well, that's the privilege that we talk about, right? And it goes back to these, and that's what these guys are all fighting. I mean, if anybody's lost something that is white in living in certain parts of this country that will go unnamed, generally speaking, I didn't say a word. I didn't say it.
We've established multiple times over the last couple of weeks that there were a lot of dicks in Ottawa from fucking Ontario.
I
All
didn't
right.
say it.
I didn't
I
see
said
any of them.
different
That
parts of the world.
8,000 that is a very small fraction of the population. The overall population of Canada
Cochrane,
wasn't 50% Albertan. Dick
Olds,
knuckle.
Red Deer. Red Deer's a pretty racist city. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But my point is
For
this.
some reason it is. I
It is.
don't
It's
know
super
why.
racist. Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
But anyway, my point is this: is that everybody just decided to go be capable, right? Everybody had to do what needed to be done, and these people didn't even want to do the fucking bare minimum, like the responsibility. We talk about it all the time. I don't want to talk about it, but I do want it because it leads into this next topic. Because they got rid of masks here in the province of Ontario today on the 21st of March. Mask mandates are done. On the 27th of April, all mandates are gone. So we're going to be free and easy in a month and a half. Yesterday, we had 21,000 confirmed cases of COVID in this beautiful province. And I had to ask a bunch of questions. Like over the past, I would say, 4 or 5 hours, I've had probably 6 or 7 phone calls with legitimate doctors, like Dr. Mario Alia, a couple of infectious disease guys, my boy Imgrin, a few other people. Some were angry, some weren't. Some doctors are like, you know what? I'm not angry enough to go to the press about it because we're kind of at the intersection at this point, right?
Yeah.
But I want to say this because I don't know. Like, I wanted to come on here today and blast people for not giving a shit about the most vulnerable. I wanted to come on today and I wanted to fucking hammer Doug Ford for not listening to science, which the head of the science table today, Dr. Peter Juni or Uni, I'm not sure how you say his name. He came out and he said, this is the wrong time and it is the wrong thing. And the chief medical officer that made this decision with Doug did not listen to science and he did not listen to us. So that's very concerning. On top of it, my intention to talk about this today was to beat the shit out of the fucking bad people. But then I started to think about it, and I realized that I don't know if I'm okay with it yet because we haven't gone through that portal. We haven't gone through the trying portion of not wearing masks, right? And I know that we still have a personal choice, but it is amazing because that nerd dad, our guy Joe Williamson, put out a great piece about it today saying, hey, all your kids are going to get sick because no masks in schools, basically hospitals, public transit, a couple of different settings, that's it. Restaurants, no masks, like all that stuff, right? So I'm trying to formulate how I feel about this because there's two things at play here for me. One, it makes me feel like 10% of this country won, right? And two, the intentionality, well, hang on, the intentionality of the decision that he made, Doug Ford made, is we've got a provincial election in 3 months. So to me, I have a hard time getting past the intersectionality of the decision that we got to make to fucking get on with it, whether you want to do this or not. Should it be a personal decision? Mitigating your risk in the middle of a pandemic. Whose job is it? Is it the government's? People don't want intersection on behalf of the government, so they give away their agency. Well, what the province is doing is they're saying, here, we're going to give you that agency back. And what bothers me is that they're doing it for very selfish reasons because they got an election, and any responsibility when it comes to prolonging this and making people sicker or vaccines or masks or arguing about mandates and people not getting into restaurants, what we're going to see is all the downloading of all the responsibility and the pain onto individual businesses and human beings. We are going to see fights in restaurants. We're going to see fights on the street. We're going to get an increased amount of reports from the police saying, hey, we just had to break up a domestic because one neighbor beat the shit out of his other neighbor for making fun of him wearing a mask, or vice versa. That's the problem that I have today, is that like I'm at the point of my COVID experience where I'm like, gonna wear a mask. I'm triple vaccinated, boosted, feel good about it. This is almost like, here, let's push you out of the nest, see if the fucking plan that we came up with the last 2 years works. And part of me is okay with that. But there's a huge portion of me that's like, the intentionality with which that this decision has been made in the middle of the fucking pandemic is a major fucking problem because I thought we were wearing masks for our most vulnerable, not for ourselves. Like, I thought we got vaccinated for other people, not for ourselves. So to completely wipe out all the masking mandates, all the restrictions, without the benefit of having a scientific agency that says now it's time, this is not good, man. Denmark through the roof with deaths, and same thing with fucking Hong Kong. What did they do? No masks. Well, here we go, man. Like, we're gonna find out. And I am overly skeptical that more sick people and people with comorbidities are not going to die in fast order in the next little bit in this province. So
I think you're right.
Here's my thought on it. I think, and I've said this out loud, and it's worth saying again, I think that the authorities realized that this has become more of a, at some point in the last year, this has become more political than a health crisis. And their mandates, their restrictions, their rules have gotten to a point where the people that were going to follow them. Everyone else just isn't. Mm-hmm. So I swear this is where they're at. They're past the point of listening to any experts about whether or not people are going to get sick. They're past the point of listening to anybody or dragging these things out like any further because they know that it's reached this apex of acceptability within the population for our public officials, our politicians.
Like they've taken advantage of, you're saying they've taken advantage of everybody's fatigue? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not even a fatigue thing. I think they realized that they can't enforce this anymore. They know that people are not listening to them anymore. They know that people just want to live their lives. And they know that the people that are gonna take care of themselves are gonna take care of themselves. The people that aren't. They can't do it. They have zero impact on the population, like less than zero.
We're talking about putting a piece of fabric on your fucking face,
Ryan.
And you're talking.
You and I know that.
You're talking about fatigue.
It's not about fatigue. No, it's not. It's not about fatigue. They realize no one listens to them anymore.
But, yes, that might be part of it. No, hang on.
I think it's part of it.
Yeah, let me just insert that may be part of it. That may be part of it, and that may be just the excuse that they're telling us is part of it.
I'm not disagreeing with Lachlan at all.
They can't say that that's the excuse. How would that go over?
Well,
if any politician stepped up to the stump and said, "Yeah,"
you know, part of me would appreciate it. Like, I see this from two different perspectives, right? I see this from two different perspectives. Bonds, jump in if you want, but tell me if I'm right. I see this from two perspectives. I see this from my own personal perspective, and then I see the right way to do things. Right? My own personal feeling is, my kids are tired of masks. They're triple vaccinated. Masks are coming off of the school of the 21st. Had a conversation with my youngest, and he's like, probably not going to wear it. And I'm like, you got to do what you got to do. Here are the reasons why you should reconsider. And then you go make your decisions, because your dad here is at home, 49. You don't know what you're bringing home, right? And I didn't want to guilt him. I didn't say that last part, but I was thinking that in my head. I'm like, you got to do what you got to do, but let's inform ourselves. And what Ryan said earlier, which I found fascinating, and I think that a lot of us are in the same position, is like, there's a small inconvenience when you walk into a store where you forget your mask and you're halfway to the door of the actual store and you got to turn around, you got to walk 30 feet back to your car to go get a mask.
I did it today.
Every single person that I talked to said, when I asked them about masks and I say, well, how do you feel about them? It's like, well, I'm really looking forward to not having to walk back to my car because I forgot my mask. That's generally the understanding. And Ryan's point,
and that's exactly what I had to do. I had to go back to my car to get mask.
Microfilter like this goes here, goes around your ears. We got 20,000 people test positive for it. We got 267 people in ICU. We have 1,000 people in the hospital still. And we're like, hey, Fuck the masks, huh?
And we literally have to sit here and have multiple press conferences.
It's not about the
and
mask,
health
Ryan.
tables and millions of dollars in salaries for politicians, doctors, science tables to just because some people might not want to walk 30 feet back to their car. That's the only reason why. Because if you think about the actual
not that.
fucking
It's not
effort
that.
that we're putting into putting a fucking mask on your face,
Yeah.
is nil. There's no effort to it. There's nothing about it that impedes any part of your fucking life. Any
Ryan.
part of your existence is not stopped by
We've stopped
putting-
listening. That's why they're giving up. We've stopped
If we
listening
would have
to the
if they would have
politicians.
stopped talking about it and just fucking did it, it would be fun. In 2 years, I can count twice how many times I've been in a store and seen somebody that looked like they were purposely not wearing a mask. Twice. Everybody
all the
else is
time,
just doing it. Yeah, it's because it's where you live.
Yeah, dude, you guys haven't had masks on for like weeks. A friend of mine was out there and she's like, it's crazy. You can go into Shoppers without a mask. I'm doing it right now. And I'm like, fuck, good for you. Like I don't have
I'm still wearing a mask.
I don't
will
have a-
continue
yeah.
to wear a mask. My
Same.
boss, we had an email that went out the other day last week that said mask mandates are still in effect for Edmonton, so you have to wear a mask in the building, right? And someone in the building, I told you guys, walked into the sales pit and said, "Come on, we're not gonna we shouldn't have to wear masks, right?" And everyone just sort of ignored him. And then he went back into his office, and then everyone just kept wearing masks. No one said anything. They just kept wearing masks.
Yeah,
And
did
then
Edmonton repeal the bylaw
Edmonton
yesterday?
repealed it. Boom, it's gone at noon. You don't have to wear a mask. I
You
wore
wear
a mask
at
into
work
work
today?
today. I
Good.
wore a mask today. I wore a mask into the store. I told my boss. He goes, "You gonna wear a mask?" And I went, "Yes, I'm gonna wear a mask because it doesn't bother me, and I actually think it might keep me from getting COVID, which I don't want." And
Or
I've
the
said this
flu
multiple
or
times
anything.
because I'm gonna fucking get all the dick stuff.
Yeah, you will.
Right? I'm
You
gonna
will.
get all the dick stuff. It's just
really-
gonna fuck.
You
Bonds,
really
go ahead.
think this is going to cause like this big war this summer with people
Yes.
that are not wearing masks?
Dude.
Excuse me, and like
It's
they
gone
I
from
was
a public
at-
health
what
epidemic
happened
to
to
a
each their
social
own?
epidemic now.
Hey, dude, here's a great
what they're
story.
causing.
So I don't ever fucking get in anybody's gear. Like I'll never intercede
neither.
and say, yeah, you got to do this, you got to do that. What are you doing, you fucking loser? Do this, do that. I never do it because I used to do it all the time, and I realized that that's what assholes do. So yesterday, this is a fucking true story. I'm walking out of a grocery store, and I've got my mask on. I'm walking back to the car. I load the groceries in the car. And I get in the car, and I just forgot that I had my mask on for a second. I hadn't even started the car when the guy next to me, who had just pulled up, started honking his horn, rolled down his window. This is a parking lot of a grocery store. I got some strawberries. I got some milk, and I got some shortbread because my kids like shortbread. I don't-
You like
Free
You
shortbread
do
sounds
too.
really good.
I like
You-
shortbread. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, I love shortbread. I got a lemon
Trying to
loaf.
pan it off on the kids.
I was feeling pretty good. I was feeling great about myself. I get in the car, getting ready to go home. Work's done for the day. So the guy rolls out. I got my mask on. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't know this guy. So I roll down my window and I'm like, can I help you? He goes, who are you protecting with that mask on in your car?
Oh, I would have got out and beat him.
Are you
I would have
serious?
got him
I'd
out and
run
beat
him
him with a
over with the car.
tire.
Yeah.
Holy fuck!
So I took my mask off and I put it down. And I said, what's your name? And he's like, it doesn't matter what his name is. He told me his name. And he was like, my name's this. And I go, you're a fuckface, eh? You're just a big fuckface. Like, do you walk around acting like a fuckface all the time?
Always a fuck face.
And I said, do you like hurt your wife, fuckface? Are you that kind of fuckface that hurts his wife? Do you hurt your kids? Are you one of those guys that likes to hurt other people? Like, is that what you do? He said, you call me a wife beater? I go, yeah, basically, totally am. Gets out of his car. I get out of my car. He's about 5'4". He goes and gets back in his car and he goes, I'm going to the next grocery store. I'm like, probably a great idea.
to Bonzi's question,
Why
That-
can't you
that
keep your
happened.
Fucking mouth
good.
shut. though?
He went to great lengths to insert his alpha dickness in my day.
but this
right?
is what this was.
Yeah.
this is what this is. This is what
And you're
we've-
going to see it, dude. That's why I'm saying restaurants, you're going to see fights. People are like, why can't I come in here?
The
I got,
government
we
did
got a
this
mask
to us,
policy.
though.
Yeah,
Like,
oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
to what Bonzi said and what you say about how it's going to be, because you're absolutely right. And you know what? The wording that they used in that press conference today really fucking pissed me off. made it like they were giving you permission to continue to wear your mask instead of just saying.
But Ryan, what else are they going to say? That's what they should be doing.
They're giving you permission to wear a mask. Are they going to give me permission to wear socks?
What did they say?
Are they going to give
exactly?
me? Do I need? They said.
What did Kieran say? Yeah,
the mandates are going to be lifted as of the 21st of March for the schools and whatever, and restaurants and such, and then on the 27th we're going to repeal all mandates totally. We will be strongly recommending that you still wear a mask, and we do encourage, if you wish to wear a mask, you can still do that. You can still wear a mask. The way he was giving you permission to wear a mask.
That was the vibe. I watched the press conference. He was like, plus you're allowed if you would like to.
Why does that bother you?
Well, because they make it sound like it's abnormal if you do.
Yeah. And it makes it sound like, well, one day, maybe we'll just make it we're not making it illegal to wear the mask, guys. You can still wear it. Like, they're giving me the fucking privilege to keep a mask on, to keep myself.
You can still exercise your free will and wear that mask. But we're kind of moving over to the people that don't want to wear masks. Yeah. Like, that was the whole vibe.
They're changing the narrative.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not
totally
just how you feel about it.
Totally.
Your hatred for politicians,
dude. The head of the fucking
all the time.
Dude, the head of the science table, Peter Uni, who's like the fucking guy. He's the man. Like, I talked to Mario Elia today, the doc that we've had on a bunch of times. I'm like, what do you think? Well, I'll fucking read it to you. Let me read it to you. He's like, just fucking ridiculous. But it's not worth going. He tells his patients, keep going on with life if that's what you want to do. But effectively, fuck, I'm not going to read it to you because I'm going to not get into my phone for some reason. I forgot my password because I changed it yesterday. So never mind. I changed my password yesterday. Now I don't have to get into my phone. Anyway, because I changed it late last night after a really heavy indica.
Yeah. I was just going to say,
bad idea.
And some shortbread?
No. Last night it was mini wheats. 2 bowls.
Here's what they should have done. And this is what.
Hang on. I just want to finish the Peter Uni thing. Let me hang on. So okay. Peter Uni said today, they didn't consult us. They just made this decision based on a political reasoning. That political reasoning is the election in June.
Yeah.
It is impossible for me to get behind that decision if that was the intention. And then if the guy that they had said that they had been leaning on to save lives says, don't do this, and he's like, they fucked me, I think we have reason to go, this is probably a terrible fucking idea.
Yeah.
Right? Like the guy said today, he goes, Doug Ford fucked me. So did Dr. Kieran Moore, who's just a fucking family doctor loser from Kingston, who is a conservative voter, and he's giving away all of his shit. It's fucking impossible to watch.
Do you need the mandates to do the right thing?
Not me. Not me, but there are 14.5 million other people in this province, and I would say of the 14.5 million, 1.2, 1.3 are not vaccinated, hate every decision that are made for them, and do not want to wear this masks.
And are they going to change the way they've been doing things based on the mandates being lifted or not?
No, but what it says is, let me get back to let me curve that, let me bring it around, let me bring that fucking that plane in for landing real quick. All I hear is, we don't care about the most vulnerable people in this province, because that's why I got vaccinated. That's why I wore a mask, and why I still will. You're a reasonable
human being.
Right. So when the people who have taken an oath to this province, in your province, in every province that has dumped mandates, we're here to protect you, taxpayers, people that live here. This is your home. We're here to protect you. And they say, now we're done protecting you. You're on your own because we've got an election in 3 months. You absolutely did the wrong thing, Locke. They absolutely did the wrong thing.
I'm okay with it. And I understand what you're saying about the vulnerable people. I just think we're at a point where we've reached that end game with whether or not we're going to get compliance. And that's right across the board. And now we're at a point where if Locke gets it, his dick falls off, but he's not going to die because he's got 3 vaccines and he wears a mask and he still washes his hands. He still social distances and he very rarely goes out. Right. Mm-hmm. I'm going curling this weekend. Right. And I will wear a mask. I swear to God, I will wear a mask.
How does Deb feel? She wearing a mask?
We're wearing a mask.
You're a mask family.
But Deb and I haven't had COVID yet. We've kept to ourselves. We haven't gone out a lot. If we're going to do dinner, we bring dinner in. We've been doing this for 2 fucking years. We can go another year or whatever it takes. I just think, listen, politicians have just destroyed any credibility that they've had in this country and in most countries around the world. We need, you know what? And this is how Kenny and any politician, it should have done it. They should have just said, listen, we're done. You got vaccines out there. You got masks. You got hand washing. You got all the facts. You guys can just fucking take care of yourselves from now.
You got ivermectin.
If we would have done that, we would have exploded the hospitals. That's the problem. There's no doubt about it. Our hospitals would have collapsed.
You're probably not wrong.
But you've got your own urine.
At this point, Ryan, I don't think we're going to explode the hospitals.
We'll see. This is
because that's what's happening in Denmark. So, and they do the exact same
I don't think we're going to, because I still think people are going to take care of themselves.
We'll see.
And I still think that COVID will not have it. I don't think it's going to have the same impact on the population, because we reached a certain point of vaccines in this country.
I'm not sure. I'm trying to be positive. People are going to comply and still wear the mask. I think the majority aren't, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Well, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm easy either way. The great part about Alberta, though, which I love Alberta, I love the whole province. Your premier is joining you in your profession. Did you?
Is that even allowed?
Going up against you?
No, it's not allowed, but they're doing it anyway. This happened today. Alberta Premier Jason Kenney got his own radio show on QR77 in Calgary. I don't know if they still call it that. Is it QR77? Is that what they call it?
I think
770?
That's what it is, but I also think it's going to run up here on Ched.
Yeah. Okay.
So
it's a chorus company.
Syndicated.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this is a chorus company. Now, keep in mind, Jason Kenney is an absolute fucking village idiot, a complete neocon. We all watched with great pride in him sing his own praises from 20 years ago on how he fought gay rights.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Fought gay rights and was really proud of how he fought gay rights fought against dying gay spouses being able to see each other in the hospital at their end of life. Remember that? So he just got hired to do his own radio show that's going to air in Calgary and in Edmonton, according to you, Locke.
Don't quote me on that.
Right.
But I think they're going to run it at both, because they do that. They do share some programming on those two stations, because the chorus has the talk in Calgary and has the talk in Edmonton as well. So
sure.
Yeah.
So let me just give you some backstory. So this is illegal and shouldn't be allowed. However,
how did Ford get away with it here? Remember Ford Brothers had that show?
Doug had his brother Rob had a radio show on 1010. We used to play clips from it all the time and make fun of him. It was the best. It was literally the funniest radio show you've ever heard. It was just these two guys going, "Oh my God, I could really go for some Rocky Road ice cream right now." That was Rob, and Doug would be like, "Oh yeah, the Baskin Robbins around the corner, Rob, you go in there and you just run a train on the Sundays." And Rob's like, "Oh yeah, big time. I really like the sprinkles." Like, that was the whole fucking radio show. It was hilarious.
Oh my God.
But the interesting part about this is he was hired by a media company called Chorus Entertainment. Now, I worked for Chorus Entertainment when I first moved to Toronto. They owned The Edge when I was there. And while I was there, they were great to me. I got to do what I wanted, go where I wanted, act as I wanted. Probably not a great thing. Yeah, a little bit for a few minutes.
Weird.
Kicked up a little dust in the 2000s, early to mid, 2 odd 10.
What's the name again?
CSBC. No,
CSBC.
CBSE.
Complaint.
CBSE.
Dean.
Complaints. Dean.
Yeah.
Don't even put Blundell.
You'll read about it.
And then head to
history.
The toilet.
So,
sorry.
My time at Chorus came to an end when our jury foreman, has been through this a million times, jury foreman, who was our producer, talked about the trial of a gay man who raped 4 other gay men and sent him to 5 years in jail because he repeatedly raped them over like a 4-day period in a bathhouse. And when we talked about it, he says, "I sentenced the guy to 5 years in jail." And I go, "Sounds like you've sentenced that man to 5 of the greatest years of his life because of the punitive damage that gets paid on prisoners in jail. Sounds like you would have enjoyed it." So long story short,
innocuous joke.
3 months after that, the lawyer who lost the case made a big stink, tried to get the trial thrown out, which he eventually did. And the company took great pride in labeling me as a homophobe so they could get out of paying my contract, right? Which was really a long story. It's all been settled. No big deal. I don't care anymore. But they, to this day, will tell people that they fired me because I was homophobic. Okay?
Are they still?
Yeah.
Are they still
I
waving
don't
that
know.
flag?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
I like where you're going with this because this is where this leads.
Chorus Entertainment, who fired me because they couldn't, quote, have a homophobe because I made fun of a gay rapist and said, I hope he gets it in jail. Couldn't have a homophobe working for, just hired the premier of Alberta, who is a noted, documented, self-avowed hater of gay people.
Yeah.
I
Proud
find
of it.
that
Proud of it.
fucking awesome.
So how long do you think he's going to last on there?
Until the election, then he's going to bail. That's what they all
He
do.
can't
This is a
be-
big
he
election thing
can't
because you guys
be
have an
on.
election in June, right? You guys have an election
Well,
in
no,
June.
he is. No,
He's got leadership
he is a
review.
leadership review in June.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That's why.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
apparently, here's how it works. Media companies, and we've told you this 1,000 fucking times, so pay attention. School's in. Media companies serve the relationships of their political friends. So let's talk about Chorus Entertainment and who they
I just
know
didn't
putting
know
this guy
if you
on
were
and
an
why.
active member of Parliament that you could have a show.
I don't
thought
believe you
there-
can.
I know it might only be in active election times is maybe the loophole, and maybe it's an Alberta thing versus a
could be it.
Canadian thing.
That
But
sounds about right.
but I know that like if I like let's say I decided to run for mayor, as soon as the official
That'd be amazing.
You'd be the worst mayor
I'd be the
in
best
that
mayor.
history.
No,
of
he wouldn't.
mayors.
He'd be the
Take
best.
that
Come on,
back,
don't call it
I'd
that.
be great for this city.
He'd be
would
great
be
for
the
Alberta,
best
somewhere in
one.
Alberta for
Terrible.
sure.
You know
That
when you
is-
have to sit and listen to constituents talk about potholes, you'd last
He'd be
4
cracking
minutes.
a
You'd be
Bud
like,
Light.
you know what? Fuck, fill it with dirt. I don't care. I'm going to get a drink. I don't give a fuck about any of
I'd
this
be
stuff.
honest with people.
Yeah, that's
I-
not being
Yeah,
honest.
that's
That's
the
just called
problem.
being you. You
Oh,
cannot be a mayor. Anyway,
oh,
continue.
man.
Let's pretend you're the mayor. Yeah,
I'd
go ahead.
move to that
Okay,
fucking city.
if I was
Same.
going to be the mayor,
Yeah.
if I ran, I couldn't actually still have my radio show. It's
No,
yeah.
against the campaign rule. So that's probably what it is. So he's not actively campaigning right now because I think it's a couple years away.
Isn't
but-
that funny? But they're gonna help him with his leadership review. That's fucking dirty. That's
the leadership
dirty.
Chorus
review
Entertainment, everybody.
is not actually campaigning.
No, but it will be to his
Advantage.
constituents who will then
Ryan.
talk to their MPs
Ryan.
and say, "You keep Jason Kenney. You don't vote against him. He's great. I love him,
Ryan.
or I fucking
He's
hate
getting
him."
fired.
Ryan,
It's a Hail Mary.
this radio show is not going to help him in his.
Yeah, it's true. I'm just saying, big
So
picture.
he's
what they're
pulling out all
seeing-
the stops right now, man.
Oh,
like
yeah.
he's giving it. We're calling him Randy Bucks, so he's giving you a rebate because we call him Randy.
Oh, the
Not
gas
not
rebate.
Jason, because he looks like Randy from Trailer Park Boys. So Grant started
He
calling
really
it
does.
Randy Bucks. Everyone's getting 150 bucks back on their electrical bills,
and your gas
and
rebate.
the gas is
13
coming
cents.
down as
Yeah.
well, 13 cents because he yanked the provincial tax on gas,
Yeah,
which means 13 cents a liter. That kicks on April 1st.
that's amazing.
Yeah,
Epic.
I'm happy about the Randy Bucks. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a real boon for you. $150 off your fucking
That's
electric
a
bill.
couple of
It's
cases.
amazing.
Here, that's some bridge
this
packs.
is a,
That's
this is
that's
a fucking
double bridge
amazing
pack,
part to
for
me
sure.
is that like that's all like in politics. I was thinking about it because Doug did the same thing here. He's like, no one has to. Hey, by the way, sorry for killing your grandma, but no one has to fucking pay for their license plate sticker anymore. We'll get rid of that cost. And I'm like, every dumb person in this province will go, that sounds fucking great.
Already hearing it.
This sounds that. Look at him taking care of us. Honey,
I'm
do
taking
me
those
a
Randy
favor.
Bucks and I'm going to
Where's-
the keg.
Where's your dead mom's will? I want to see how much we got in there for ourselves. She died in the COVID, right? She died in the COVID. Look at our man, Dougie. He's giving me 100. I don't have to
$20.
get stickers. That's
Oh,
fucking
we're-
unbelievable.
No, they're
Honestly,
actually
though,
mailing
They
rebate
can't
checks
do
back.
anything now.
There we
Brian, they
go.
can't do anything. Look at that.
Look at this.
They are freaking
Wow.
related. That's why we
He's-
call him Randy. Every
he's
time
looking
we
at
talk
him.
about Jason Kenney on our show, we play the Trailer Park Boys music. Every time. I was actually talking to the guys about this because I mean, there's an outside chance he listens to our show, right? Old Randy Kenny. And what if he is driving and he hears his name on our show and then hears the Trailer Park Boys music? I wonder
He's
what
gonna go back.
thinks.
Probably goes back to his mom's.
He's probably
house in
proud of
Christ.
it.
Yeah.
He lives at his mom's, right? He still lives with his mom? Is it his
Yeah,
mom he lives
yeah,
with?
that's
No,
the
hey.
rumor.
Hey, his mom lives with him.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because
That's what Bonds. That's what you tell
Mom!
everybody when you
Meatloaf!
go home. My folks live with me. I don't live with them.
he's
Where's
not.
the meatloaf?
Listen, I
And
stayed
he's
there for a
definite-
month when I was
he's
at
definitely
home.
not-
That's it. It's not like I lived
He's
there.
definitely not gay, right?
Some other loser I know.
Not at all.
No,
Yeah,
he's-
that's what Bonds tells everybody when he brings ladies home to his mom. He's like, my roommates, I'm just putting up with my parents for a bit. They're down on their luck.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. What are you have a lot of doilies in your house, Greg.
I like them.
Yeah,
I
my
like
mom, it made her feel like home.
Yeah.
You got a lot of pictures of you on the wall and your brothers. Yeah,
The
where
prime
I'm
minister-
tight.
all
I
the prime ministers.
wanted to make it
What's
look
all
good.
that?
Bonzi likes
Those
that.
words aren't coming out of my
Bonzi.
mouth.
What are all those little decorative spoons from around Canada doing on the wall? I didn't know he loved decorative spoons. No, he lives with his parents.
One of us from the
stayed
Northwest
with them.
Territory.
Do
I
you watch
didn't
TV
live
in
with
the
them.
rocking chair?
Bonds,
And
you
why
knit.
is there plastic all
How
over
come?
all
Yeah, I
the
was just going to
furniture?
say, there's covers all over your furniture, Gregory.
Greg, why do you have dishes of Werthers all over that?
Do you have rickets? Is there a problem with your legs? Is that acorn stair lift for you?
Yeah. Did you guys switching gears? Because I know we got a hard out. We got to leave here. Locke's got to go in like 20. I got to go in like 20.
I gotta go practice curling with the wife.
Oh,
That's what you call it now.
Yeah.
attaboy.
Hard.
Hurry.
Hurry.
Ukraine.
Maybe she'll sweep my balls tonight.
Hey-o.
We were just making jokes.
Gently.
You were hitting you right down the middle of that aisle.
It's always amazing when a guy like talks like that about his wife or his girlfriend, and then you chime in and he goes, "Hey, that's my wife," and you're like, "Dude, you just said things were 10 times worse."
Yeah. It's usually people
Anyway,
that
me and
talk like
Reggie.
that. Usually people that talk like that refer
I
to
don't
their
do that.
wives or their spouse as the wife.
It was
wife.
another. It
The
was
old
another
lady.
joke about the size of my balls. You could use them as curling rocks. That's all.
Well, I want to give some attention to a couple of politicians I've really come to appreciate over the past couple of days. Now, did you guys see Chrystia Freeland? Chrystia Freeland, Deputy Prime Minister of Canada, Harvard educated, speaks like 5 languages. She's literally leading the charge around the world with
she also
sanctions
looks like
against
she's
Russia.
35.
Yeah, and she's a little fidgety, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
She's
She
in
looks
Berlin.
really young.
Yeah, Berlin, right? Going to war. Whole world's basically on the precipice of war. So she's in Berlin, and she's there with Trudeau and Melanie Joly and Anita Anand because war is coming to free Europe. Like it's on its way. There's no we're involved. Ukraine, we all get it. Everyone's fucking smart here. We all understand what's happening. CBC sent junior reporter Travis. How do you say his last name?
Dan Raj.
Travis Danraj to Berlin to cover some of the most important meetings in Canadian political history with the deputy prime minister who is legitimately running the sanctions with all the allies around the world against Russia. Our defense minister, who's been nothing but a superstar, Melanie Joly. Travis Danraj in Berlin, for some reason CBC sent him there.
Can you show us a picture?
Yeah. Well, here's the picture of
I don't know the guy.
of her face when he asked the question.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Melanie Joly. There's another picture of her face when he started to ask that question. And then this is the best look you'll see. Here's the question.
Just holding back.
I want to know, is this the most tone deaf, dumbest question in the world? Did the dude freeze, or is this just this reporting and this level of work and broadcasting and news reporting is way fucking above
Oh, this
Travis?
would be
How do you
good.
say his last name?
Dan
How do you say
Raj.
his- Danraj. Travis Danraj's league. Watch this. This is fucking wild.
A lot of Canadians are back at home kind of wondering and watching this trip and seeing a lot of photo ops, a lot of broad platitudes, and not many specifics when it comes to details. Why couldn't these meetings been done from Canada? Why does the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and Defence Minister need to be in Europe right now when there are a lot of domestic issues at home that are very important? And some people view this as a photo op trip to Europe.
Well, the only person I've heard saying that is you. But
there are many people that are saying that.
But let me just say that this is a really, really important trip for the Prime Minister and for Canada. The Russian invasion of Ukraine is the most important geopolitical issue in the world right now. And the fact that the Prime Minister has been able this week to have direct conversations with our leading partners around the world is absolutely essential. It is his responsibility and his duty at this critical moment to be here having those direct conversations, particularly because Canada and the Prime Minister himself has a very close relationship with Ukraine. We have
That's his last trip. That was fucking stupid. He's trying to make news. He's not trying to report
he's
it.
trying to be big. He's trying to big dick the whole thing, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like that was just him trying to fucking show everybody that he was a fucking reporter in Berlin.
You just
She
gotta
fucking
watch
ate
Joe
him up
Lee. You
right
watch
away.
Joe Lee.
She didn't even stumble or hesitate. She just tore a strip off him.
A lot of Canadians are back at home.
Look at Jolie's face
and
look at
watching this
Christian,
trip and seeing a lot
Christian
of photo
Freeland's
ops,
face.
a lot of broad platitudes,
the
and not many specifics when it comes to details.
He also just learned what platitudes
why-
was, so he thought he would find a way to ask it in a question
Crowbar
to make
in
it
there,
seem
yeah.
smart. Yeah,
Platitudes on the plane on the way over.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know he was sitting there like this.
Is that a
on-
5-letter word? It might be a Wordle. Maybe pick that up on Wordle.
Wordle, yeah.
He was probably on the way over on the plane going like this with a pen. I wonder what I'm going to ask that's going to make me look great.
Yeah.
You know what I'll ask?
That's a little try hard there. Sorry, buddy.
You know what I'll ask? I'll ask in the middle of a fucking war. I'll ask, why didn't you just stay home? And you're just traipsing around here on the taxpayer dime. The taxpayer dime. This is the great part. Is that he's there on the taxpayer dime because
He's
he works
a
at
CBC
fucking
reporter.
CBC.
The fuck you doing there?
They funnel
Couldn't you
more
ask those
money
questions
into
from Canada?
It's-
bonds.
Yeah. It's
They
right.
make so much money. Those CBC
And
employees.
it kills me. It kills me that Alex Pearson picked up on it, and so she started her bullshit. That skin tag of a human being, saying, "Oh, what's this? Some sort of a sorority field trip or something." She made a stupid joke.
Yeah.
So they're like, they have to be there in person. No, they don't. She says, "Well, it's funny." She gave them shit for having virtual meetings when they were doing the beginning of COVID. They weren't because they weren't in Parliament because they were over virtual.
They bombed a fucking hospital with kids in it today.
Fucking, they're
Like-
just assholes.
They've killed like thousands and thousands and thousands of people. The geopolitical
ask that-
situation in this
you don't
world is
ask that
fucked.
question.
You want to have your most important people talking to the most important people over there, which is why they went over. This is going to be a world war. It is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. NATO's got it is going to happen. And Travis
Danraj.
Travis Danraj, he goes over there on taxpayer dime and asks the dumbest fucking question I have ever heard in my life. And I was sitting here thinking about it because let's listen to the question again, and then we'll tie it
A
up.
lot of Canadians are back at home, kind of wondering and watching this trip and seeing a lot of photo ops, a lot of broad platitudes, and not many specifics when it comes to details.
There's so many people in broadcasting with speech impediments.
You're just hot.
So, did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he first? Let's break that down. A lot of people. So who's a lot of people? You
Nobody.
don't fuck. Yeah, it's him.
Him.
He's a lot of people. And he just thought, I'll just say a lot of people. So there's a marker that he's lying and he's fucking making up a question in
hope
his
they
fucking
yank his
spare
access.
time. They have to. This is the most embarrassing media moment in CBC fucking history. And I've watched a couple CBC shows. That's something.
I'd
This
rather watch
is-
Road to Avonlea.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
come on, Beachcombers.
This is a guy inserting himself and his own importance into a geopolitical
Where is
conversation
Old
because
Relic?
someone gave him a fucking plane ticket and this is his first business trip. Relic,
Yep.
I don't know. And Bruno Gerussi was the best. Anyway,
Bruno!
so he asks that question,
Yep.
starts asking the question about platitudes, says a lot of people, which is nobody, wait for the rest.
Why couldn't these meetings been done from Canada? Why does
Because there's a war going on there, you dumb fuck.
the Prime Minister, the Deputy Prime Minister, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and Defense Minister need
She
to
just
be in
looks
Europe right now when there are a lot
revolted
of
with him, eh?
Look at her face.
Melanie Jolie in the background is just, as soon as that camera was off, she's like, "You're a fucking idiot."
The
That's
head
exactly
tilt,
what she said.
the
to him.
look. It's
Women
all
are
there.
so much
They
nicer.
don't need
Like
to say anything.
she
They
asks-
say everything they need to say with their
Look at this-
faces. I like the guy, the old reporter though. That guy is just like, "Shut up, dude. Shut up.
Yeah, he's like,
Shut
"Are you
up.
serious
I
right
don't
now,
even
bro?"
speak your language, and I know that you
I know
shouldn't
you're
be
being
talking
a
right now."
douchebag.
You're
piece of
cock
shit.
punching yourself, Travis. Stop it. So
What I-
anyway, he keeps cock punching himself, and this is incredible because when she says, "I don't know who's saying that," sounds like you're saying that. He goes for the old. There's a lot of people again.
domestic issues at home that are very important, and some people view this as a photo op trip to Europe.
Well, the only person I've heard saying that is you.
There are many people that are saying that.
But let me just
Did you
say
hear that? There are many people that are saying it.
And
See, in this
stutters.
moment, I would challenge a politician to go, "Give me some names there, big fella. Let's go.
Let's
Who
call
are
them.
these people? Let's give them a call. Bring up their
Actually,
names.
yeah,
I want to see who gave you that question and who you canvassed to go, this is a great question."
She just basically demasculated that guy with one look.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah. He just both his balls gone. They just
yeah,
went.
shriveled right up.
Yeah.
They're in the back of his throat at this point. But I think, you know what? I think
And
it
he's
was.
got
it
the
sounded
double cannons there too. Look at the other
That's
young
me.
lady there. What's her name?
That's
Melanie Jolie.
Melanie
Love her.
Jolie.
I'm in love.
She just made it even worse. Look at that.
I just think that if it's the CBC trying to look nonpartisan,
That's how my wife looks at me
I'm-
at parties when I'm 6 deep.
I'm thinking it's exactly
Stop
what.
talking, Locke.
Go ahead, Larry.
So
Sorry,
there's one
Lynn.
more. I'm waiting for one more. There's one more in there. He's going to say one more thing.
Sorry, I was waiting for you to talk. No, I'm
What
kidding.
it was, yeah, okay, good. What it was if it's the CBC trying to look nonpartisan, and that's why it was so fucking awkward the way he said it, and the way like it's almost like he was trying too hard to not seem like a liberal bag sucker. You know what I mean? Like, like the normal CBC fucking line they toe. So I don't know. Travis is normally a good reporter. This one really throws me off. Like there's a shift. There's a shift somewhere that isn't. I don't think it's up to him, and I'm not defending him for the question. If he's just doing that, then he's got no credibility as a journalist.
No,
But-
he that's all on him. He
Yeah.
didn't clear that. There's
Well,
no
then he's
producer.
not fucking. If he's trying to be rebel media within the CBC, he's succeeding very well because he's got
That was
that
that's just-
Junior. You know what that was? You know what I just saw there?
It's just a bad.
I
call.
saw a fish out of water, like a dude that was like, "I don't really know what to ask you. I'm super nervous. I'm in a different country. The war's like 5 feet away,
Yeah,
and
the
so
runs
I need
from
to
the
make myself
plane,
look good.
food.
So my parents, like, I
Food's
just want to get
giving
home.
me the runs.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got the shits.
I haven't
The
slept.
plane, the
What's
compression.
brutal?
I haven't had my first post plane dump yet. I'm feeling real
I
uncomfortable.
haven't tossed one off
Yeah.
since Monday.
Yeah, and I can't wait to jerk off or at least get this dookie out of my asshole. So here's a
Yeah,
question.
there's a lot
Yeah.
going on.
It's too big for him. It's
Yeah.
too big. It would be like if someone said to me, "Hey, Dean, I want you to take a shift in the NHL." I'd be like, "No, thanks," because I don't want to look like a fucking idiot or
Oh,
get
I'd
hurt.
be on that ice.
So what
I'd
did-
have my skates on in 3 minutes.
What did he say in his apology?
He didn't apologize.
He didn't apologize. No.
Oh,
This
people are
just
saying
happened
here
today.
there's an apology.
Dude,
out, but,
no.
Oh, did
Is
he?
there an apology?
Oh, that must be new.
I'm kind of catching
Take
this
a
in
quick look.
the
I've got him
comments
pulled
here.
up on my. Twitter
Somebody
right now.
might have somebody back because they run live cameras, eh? So he would have been like, "All right, we're going to Germany right now." And
It says
and-
some love the question, some hate it. My take after a few hours was worded clumsily as my tweet was, and it was my fault, and I take responsibility. However, there are legit questions about what this trip will do substantially to address the situation Ukrainians are dealing with right now.
Yeah, well,
So-
ask that question then,
That is
fuckface.
that's not an apology. That's a Lachlan
That's
apology.
an excuse. Yeah, that's Lachlan talking to his wife when she's looking at him like this. That's what it is. When
You
Deb
know, I
looks at
wouldn't have been
Lach,
an asshole if
if you weren't such an asshole, I wouldn't have to be an asshole. Asshole.
I love how he said there's lots of questions that still need to be answered. Like, the only way that he gets any reputation, because dude, I'm going to run his show now because that was so fucking bad. But the only way he gets any reputational capital from that back is if he just puts out another tweet in the next like hour and a half, for me anyway, going, you know what, junior broadcaster bit, totally fucked the dog, put myself in front of the story, should never do that. I promise to do better. Because he's
I've got
I'm
travel
looking for
roids
Travis
like
Danarov.
nobody's business.
Bends over, taking a picture of the star in the mirror. Here, guys, look at what I'm dealing with.
Every
I'm so
time I
sorry.
travel, I get roids, and there's no hot tub in my fucking hotel right now.
There is no preparation H in Germany.
Those saltwater hot
You should have
tubs,
sent
man,
him
don't
some
even
of
have
yours,
the
Lach.
letter
travel
H.
roids.
Oh, for
Yeah.
fuck's
If
sake.
I got to sit on a plane for 7 hours, I'm getting travel roids automatically. Boom. Every time.
Travel roids.
That's his
Anyway,
name,
I think
Travis
we did some good
Royce.
work today. I wanted to bring that up because make every other reporter out there feel really good about themselves. I think it's rich that a guy who's over there on taxpayer dime thinks he's going to ask
Calling them out.
the
Well, that
deputy prime
question?
minister, "Are you just over here on a fucking free vacation or what?" And then she's
Photo
like,
op?
"Hey, by the way, there's a war like about 20 feet away. That's why we're here, you dumb fuck." Oh,
Yeah, no, it's something else to see. This just whatever. I don't
You'd
know.
think
I
they
made
would
me
have
angry.
said somebody with a little bit more tooth. Right?
you mean an adult?
Yeah.
Or at
Yeah.
least sent him with proper questions
And
that
if
they
you- and if you're
approved
looking to
beforehand.
Yeah, if you're looking to create a narrative from the other side, then great. It should be that. And balanced reporting, fine. I'm down with that. But don't ask, why did you put fucking 2% milk on your fucking milk out of your cereal this morning? You fucking, you're stupid. Why? Lots of people are asking why you put 2% milk on your cereal today.
Yeah.
Really?
Lots
No
of
one's
people did.
asking that. Yeah, they are. Who?
Yeah,
Who?
many people.
Have you ever done that to someone where you're like, they'll say, "This is what they're saying." I say this all the time, and it always makes people mad, and I love it. Well, they're saying this. Who's they?
They
They are. Yeah, all of them are.
I pull that
And then-
shit all the
then I go,
time.
then I go, all of them?
like,
All like which
I
ones?
use that on my show.
What color are these people? Where are they from? What country?
Whenever I'm
Where
trying
they
to
work?
justify something, Dean, everybody agrees with it. I got a whole fucking city behind me.
I got some bad news that I want to end the show with. Well, not bad news for us, but bad news for
somebody.
Randy Hillier. We haven't talked about it this week because it's just been back of mind. But he was suspended for life from Twitter.
suspendered.
For
Suspense accounts with violations of
Account
Twitter rules.
suspended.
he was
So how do we
suspended
know? Legit question: how do we know that he was suspended
because
for
of this.
life?
Because of this, and I talked to somebody. He's suspended for life. That's
Yeah,
what this
it's
is.
permanent.
This
Permanent
is the permanent. Like, if you ever get one of these, if you log onto your account and this shows up, you're fucked. You're never gonna get another account on Twitter ever again. This is like the golden ghost of fuck you from Twitter. It means
Yeah, because the blue check mark's gone too, which is
blue
the-
check mark, background photo, his
Yeah.
picture, everything. It's like, who are you talking about again? Who is this you speak of? Randy Hillier? And I told you, Randy, didn't I? When did I tell him? When did I say, Randy? It was right after the convoy. I said, Randy, I am going to fuck you over. And I took great pride in fucking him over for 4 weeks, as did Ryan. We kind of put our heads together and said, let's fuck him. And we fucked him.
little bit.
Over the span
fair,
of, I would
He
say,
fucked himself. Come on
Randy,
now.
Yeah, he did kind of grease the runway for you guys.
He fucked
Yeah, he did.
himself. we just showed everybody him doing it. That's all we did.
Well, I was thinking about it. We just showed his work. So
Yeah.
from the time that we said, I'm going to get you, Randy, I'm going to get you, to the time that he, as you can point out here, got suspended, Randers got suspended. He unlocked his account literally for 5 minutes, and Twitter's like, that's enough. You're suspended. He got suspended. He lost his job, not refusing. He was told he will not be running again because he's got an investigation into trying to take over the country with a whole bunch of fucking degenerate white supremacists to take care of. That's why he's not running. We had him trend for 2 weeks, number one as a Russian asset, and arrest Randy Hilliard. We did that. And
I'm pushing to get account suspended, the next one.
That's gold.
That is good.
account
his
suspended.
daughter, Chelsea, the one with all the fucked up teeth, she's like, I want
Hey.
to talk to you about it. And I'm like, yeah, sure, go
Let's
ahead.
not judge the teeth.
I tried.
We tried. She disappeared.
Yeah.
She is no longer around. Her account is basically inactive as well.
Mhm.
So in the span of
Weird.
not even a month, right? It was probably about a month. We promised you that we would get something done with him. He is no longer going to be a politician. He is no longer on Twitter. And I know this for a fact. It is a matter of time before he is no longer on Facebook. Because for the past, I don't know how long, this jack-off.
Is he going nuts on Facebook still too?
Oh, dude, before he got pumped off of Twitter, he's doing anti-Ukraine narrative, pro-Putin narrative, just straight up facts. He puts out a Russian forces occupying a nuclear plant and that Zelensky is a puppet. This tweet from the military in Russia, he's like, yep, this is true.
How do you
Fuck
get there?
Zelensky.
I
He
don't
wasn't done there,
understand.
though. So someone's signing a condolence book for the Ukrainian people, a politician. He's like, this ought to scare the bejesus out of Putin. How many more virtue ops have you got scheduled this week? Like he's giving it up to Putin. He's talking about how cool Putin is. And then he's bigging up how awesome the invasion is in this tweet. March 4th. Looks awesome. Looks like they're going to take over. Yay, Russia.
So he believes all the QAnon bullshit.
All of it.
Oh,
All of
yeah.
it. All of it. He believes that Zelensky is a fascist who's running the pedophile superhighway through fucking Ukraine. That's who he is. And I did say this, and I said, Randy, listen. This was like before he quit. It was the day before he quit. I said, if you move to the woods, move to the woods, only come out for smokes, I'll stop. Now, I don't know if he's moved to the woods, so I can't stop. It's kind of how I'm wired, right? I got to keep it moving forward. He's still on Facebook. He's still on, I don't know, a bunch of other...
Gab or something.
I've got his announcement yesterday about being suspended.
What did he say?
From his Facebook account. It says, 2
Oh.
weeks ago, the Ontario legislature censored and silenced me. I love when politicians that
Censured.
are elected officials don't know the difference between the words censored and censured. It's my favorite. So he was censored and silenced me. Today, my Twitter account was locked for reposting court documents from Pfizer showing facts. I don't think anyone can silence me, no matter how hard society embraces and applauds censorship. Now, this just shows you the difference between the safety on Twitter and the safety on Facebook in regards to misinformation. This is allowed on Facebook. This is not allowed on Twitter. That's why get rid of Facebook.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah. Don't disagree. Yeah, the offending tweet that he put up was a fake document that people, like Krista Ford actually was the one that started to forward this. So she shares a lot of stuff with him. And Krista Ford put this out on her IG one morning, and it was like, oh, I've just read this really authentic study. I just read this super authentic study that said during testing, 1,200 people died from the Pfizer vaccine. Absolute lie. Total fake document. Totally created by probably Russia or some neo-Christian group in the United States or some fucking lunatic. But it was a lie. And anyway, he is gone. And I wanted to say to you guys, way to stick with it. Way to do the world a favor. We're not done. We're halfway there. We still need to get him rolled. We still need to get him into the woods. So, everywhere you see him pop up on social media, he is a Russian asset, and he needs to be arrested. Those are the only two things you got to hash.
I don't get the supporting Putin thing. I all kidding aside, I can't wrap my head around. We're getting a little bit of it. We got a taste of it this morning when I commented about putting a bomb up Putin's ass.
Really?
Like some guy defending, Some guy defending
How
Putin.
can you defend him?
What? How can you defend that dick?
Yeah.
I think if you get a
amazing to me.
steady stream of Telegram and you get a steady stream of Fox and a steady stream of that kind of information, there are a
Randy
lot of
Hilliard's
people
Twitter.
that think, yeah, dude, my friend's girlfriend, who he just kicked out of the house for being a fucking lunatic, told a friend of ours the other day, she's like, I hope Putin goes in there and wipes that country out.
What?
And my friend's like, do you really know what's happening over there? She goes, they're all pedophiles.
Wow.
Seriously.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so it's all information.
There's
Anyway,
biolabs.
Randy's gone.
Biden has biolabs over there now, apparently.
The
Yeah.
Biden thing.
hides his
Yeah,
biolabs.
he brought up this texter brought up Biden and
Biolabs.
and
Cute.
and
All cute.
yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's all cute garbage.
It's a narrative. It's a narrative that's being pumped out of QAnon, and
Yep.
And
that's why
supported by the
I know it.
Russian-
And you know it.
the
We live in
Russian
different
bots.
provinces.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
all fake. All of it.
I hadn't heard about the biolabs thing until this dick knuckle brought up, Putin's in there saving mankind or some fucking thing. I'm like, what?
No.
Are you okay? Like,
No.
maybe
No, they're
crack
not okay.
the window. Do you
They're
smoke
not okay.
all day long with the truck windows up?
Yeah. Yeah. Pour some cold fizzy fucking water on your head for a minute and come back to earth.
Yeah.
Bonds, I'm sorry, we were not going to be able to get to your thing. Can you come back tomorrow?
Yeah, I'd love to. No worries.
Yeah, I'm really
Yeah,
sorry.
that was fun today.
What did we miss today
This
about
is going
Bonds?
to be the. This is
Well,
gonna be
he
the
bribed
Jimmy
a couple
Kimmel
cops
and,
yesterday, and he took a video of it, so I wanted to play it.
yeah.
Oh, that's a great tease.
is a-
I'll
it-
even come back for that.
that was. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
With
Can you also do a
hamburgers.
video of you with like dolphin shorts on,
Don't tell
playing
him.
racquetball
Sorry,
against
sorry.
a brick wall today?
I do miss those videos of you playing tennis by yourself. But anyway,
nut
yeah,
huggers.
he bribed a couple of cops, him and his buddy, and he videotaped the whole thing. And they're like, "Yeah, thanks."
I'm lucky. We'll tell the story tomorrow. I'm not going to say anymore.
Save it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got
I
a
will.
podcast tonight, right?
I do, and I'll save it. Well, no, I'll save it for
Oh.
tomorrow to keep everybody interested. Why not?
Oh,
We
drop
just-
it tonight. Different audience, dude.
Yeah,
Drop
for
it
sure.
tonight, but talk
All right.
about it. Like practice the story tonight, so it gets really good for our show
Sure.
tomorrow.
Yeah, type,
Fuck
I'll
your
not-
show
I
up
might
and be
do
I
real
do
good
this
here
with
tomorrow,
Timmy all
please.
the time. I get him to call his friends. You got a story?
Call your
Practice
friends.
a beginning and an ending. Okay? Because you
Try and
got
have
the
a
middle.
middle.
You
got
posted
the
it,
middle.
Jimmy singing that song was priceless today, dude. I was buckled over
Oh,
laughing.
did you hear that?
Oh, fuck.
We're
was that
giving
funny.
away tickets to Rockfest in Edmonton here. It's in August. And we
White Snake.
got
and
pictures. We got photographic proof that Jimmy could be
Judas
Burton
Priest.
Cummings' son. Like, he looks fucking exactly like Burton Cummings.
That
Ryan,
is
you've
pretty good.
seen that
I've
picture,
seen
eh?
that picture. Yeah, it's
It-
fantastic.
Disturbing. And we've been
Yeah.
saying it for years. And it drives Jimmy crazy. Right? And he's from Winnipeg. His mom was a fucking total fangirl. Like, she loves Burton Cummings and the Guess Who. Like, she
Let's
went to
do a
high school.
DNA
She was
test.
in his class. She was in Burton's class, and then a little bouncing baby Jimmy comes along. We're sure that they're related. And I was saying that when Burton comes to town, he's going to take him to Montana's. So we had these tickets to give away. And so
And tell him
we're
he's
doing-
his dad.
we got
sit
this
him down.
contest where you have to determine whether or not it's Burton Cummings or Baby Burton. Burton or Baby Burton. And we got Jimmy singing Guess Who tunes. By the way, news flash, it will always be Jimmy singing really horrible Guess Who songs. Fuck, he's doing
These
Clap for a Wolfman tomorrow.
I can't wait.
And
Fucking love
It's
it.
gonna be so good.
He goes, "Hey, can I practice?" I'm like, "Absolutely." And then he comes into work this morning and we record them all. And I
Yeah,
went, "You practiced, eh?" "Yeah." "Yeah."
No, he didn't.
sure did. Yeah, doesn't
That's
he
the
do
best
like
you
that
can do.
online karaoke stuff? Wasn't he doing that during the pandemic, Jimmy?
Yeah,
Didn't he have like
he
a
does.
karaoke?
He doesn't talk about it much because we started making fun of it. But on Friday
No.
nights, he's got a karaoke group, and they, I don't know how they do it. They do it on Twitch or something, and
How do
they
you not have
they
video
get
of this?
shit tank. He won't let us anywhere near
You
this.
gotta get it.
What?
We
He
have
won't
to
let you near the
infiltrate it.
dude.
Come
And
on.
this group,
infiltrate this.
they are not. They don't find it funny.
They take
They've-
karaoke seriously. Like
Oh,
Like
it's
that guy
a
that cried?
Cult.
Like that guy that
It's
cried.
like a cult, Dean.
we have to. Yeah, we
We
have
have
to
to get in.
infiltrate. We have to infiltrate the karaoke call.
Grant's been
May-
trying to get
I'll see-
invited for about.
I'll see if I can get
2
Ashley.
years.
Ashley's a good singer. I'll see if she'll go undercover.
We have to get somebody that,
Grant
that
got
Jimmy
booted
doesn't
off
know.
of a karaoke group, like a Facebook group, Grant was trying to infiltrate it and get in, and they wouldn't let it, and they kicked him
What do
off.
you mean? Like, there are groups of people that like. Sorry,
Dean,
I gotta hang on. Let me ask the
Dean,
question before you interrupt. Let me ask the question. You don't know what I'm going to ask. Are there groups of little people that love karaoke, or is it just groups of people and he's just a little person? Like, what are we talking about?
He loves karaoke.
Does
Jimmy
he try?
He's awful at it, but he does.
No, but does he
goes out
try?
and does it.
You know, because to me, there's two different kinds of singing. There's singing to sound like you're singing because you really love singing and you just think or you're taking the piss out of people singing, right? Like if I did karaoke, it's like full on take the piss out of the whole thing. Is he taking it seriously? Like, is he trying to get a record deal?
Serious. He knows he's not great, but he takes it very serious. You want to you know how you make Jimmy mad? Grant did this one time. Grant went to a live karaoke with Grant. Grant went to a live karaoke with Jimmy.
Put his medicine above the fridge?
No, it was at Rosario's here in town. And Jimmy went to the bar to get drinks. Grant ran up and signed up to do Garth Brooks' Friends in Low Places, which is Jimmy's song. You don't fucking take that song.
Because he's in the low place.
He'll fight you. And then Grant gets called up. Grant Johnson, Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places. Jimmy was so fucking mad he wouldn't talk to Grant for like a week.
No. Come on.
Yes.
Because he did his song? That was his song.
And don't do Kenny Rogers the Gambler either. That's his other one.
We need videotape of this, for real.
Yeah, we do. We really do.
I worked with a guy years ago who was a professional karaoke singer. He used to enter competitions and travel across Ontario, and then you qualified to go to Vegas or Miami for.
They did one in
this
Alberta
is a legit thing out there.
Yeah, dude.
I need more on this. This is fucking unbelievable. So we need to dig into his community. Like, I want to know more. I want to have him on the show. Yeah,
they hate me. Oh, they fucking.
And we for sure need them on the show. Like,
yeah, we need to get into this.
Every single person in his super serious karaoke group, because I want to know what the intention is. Like, is it the release of music?
The one girl that I know
that they're going to get a deal.
She's actually a really good singer, and she hosts it all the time. I think she's the one that started it, and Jimmy was kind of smitten with her, so I think that's how he got into it into the group with her. But Jimmy legit was, before COVID, had like a weekly. They went out and they would do karaoke.
Can you at least try to work on getting the name of the group, Lachlan? Like, do it very nonchalant, and we'll
I'll leave myself a note. I'll get Grant, because Grant was on it like for like a cup of coffee before and then he started making fun of them. And then
Ashley's the queen. She's got so many sock accounts on all social media places. She'll find a way to get in.
She's like the infiltration queen, isn't she?
She is.
Yeah.
She's
like she can get invited.
That's right.
To the Friday night karaoke night.
Stop talking about it then. Stop fucking talking about it in the middle of the show, because otherwise it won't be a secret.
Like, she should join
Block Jimmy
podcast.
Yeah, Block Jimmy.
That's what she does.
No, we got to bring Jimmy on.
Jimmy's trying to do his podcast right now. He's doing the lightsaber tutorials, which is coming out tomorrow.
The Jimmy Jamboree.
I watched a bit of it today. I had to stop.
Is it awesome?
He goes, "Give me some notes." I'm like, he goes, "What? Hey, what'd you think?" I said, I couldn't do it. I couldn't watch, buddy. It's awesome though. He does this.
I'm jealous that you get to hang out with him every fucking day. I really am.
Well,
he's just gold.
I was so mad at him today. He shit his pants in the control room at like 9:30. Just like,
he didn't
fucking
shit himself. He just farted.
Let one rip.
Yeah, he farted.
And it just attaches it to you. His farts are like
amoebas.
They're really chalky. I had to come home and change.
Your wife is standing behind you because you have to go
ready
fucking
to go.
Curling.
You're in trouble.
Okay? He gives her the thumbs up.
I got
the wife. I gotta go.
We're going curling.
Hi, Dad.
Curling.
He does.
We got to wave. That's like
Am I in shit? Or that was that thumbs up. Am I in shit? Thanks, dude. We'll talk to you soon. Lachlan Cross, 95.7 Cruise FM in Edmonton. At Lachlan Cross on Twitter. Greg Bonzi live. He's live tonight. Tripping with Bonzi's where you can find him. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Who do you have this evening?
Tony Lewis. It's a guy who is he's a wine connoisseur and a great musician. He's from LA. Now he lives here full time and owns a company called Everything Nicaragua. So we're going to talk to him tonight.
All right.
And He canceled his flight tomorrow. I'm not coming home for a bit. Get into that tomorrow.
Yeah, you're supposed to come home. Yeah, that's why you got to come
Tomorrow.
back tomorrow because we got bribing cops to talk about. We got a video, and you're staying. So yeah, you got to come back tomorrow. Look forward to it. Thanks, pal.
For sure. Thanks, Dean.
All right,
See you guys.
anytime. At Bonzi Live is
pal.
where you can find him on Twitter. That is my friend Ryan Lindley. We need you back tomorrow to talk about nuclear holocaust too, because we haven't gotten a chance to get to it.
We're not getting
Really.
to that with this. I know we're not getting to that. Not with
Right, that's
Bonzi. Not with Bonzi.
Yeah, that's not the
gonna
time
be
for
a-
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's going to be a big. That's
It's like
gonna be
bringing a
big-
mechanic into the operating theater.
This
I
might be
said
your
it.
problem here. I'll just wiggle this around and. Did you try turning it off and turning them back on?
Yeah. Turn it off, turn it on again. Anyway, thanks, Lens. Good to see you.
Take care, pal.
At Ryan Lindley on Twitter is where you can find him as well. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Don't forget to be good to everybody. Be good to each other. Just relax. Everything's going to be cool. Mask, no mask. Just do your thing. Don't fucking get in people's gear either. Just let them be themselves. And the next person to say something to me is going to eat part of their car seat. Have a great day, everybody. Appreciate it. Don't forget, you can get us at deanblundell.com. Everything we do is there, including all 120 podcasts that we have in the network. Thank you for being part of the show. And don't forget to interact with our partners as well, including our friends at Domination. Dominate your content with domination.com, dmntn.com. Try them for free today. People that love doing concerts and people that love doing live streaming and people that love the videos and creating online content. This is AI that makes it super easy for you, free to try as well. Domination.com. Again, dmntn.com. Excuse me. Also, don't forget to say hi to Ed at Ed's Fine Imports by ordering a pair of his Gitch luxury branded underwear, boxer briefs, pouches in the front. You'll love them, fellas. He's got a free pair for you for when you buy 3 as well. Order the 4th for free. Use promo code GITCH3. That is your promo code, edsfineimports.com. Clothing for men and boys. And last but not least, Easy Auto Financial, easyautofinancial.ca. They help you get financing for a car. Totally free financing, and they get you the car that you want with the financing that didn't cost you anything. Right? Smart. No obligation. Go to easyautofinancial.ca for more information today. That's it. Sorry, I'm just looking for something. There it is. There it is. Now we're good. It's the extra, which is also the intro. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.